Why are you cutting away? Why are you cutting away? What is wrong with you? I want to hear what he has to say. I want to hear what the man has to say.
I turn on the TV and I hear government bureaucrats saying there's no evidence.
There it is.
You're just listening
there
to our political editor, Andrew Clennell, speaking.
Oh, yeah. Why can't we listen?
Kelly, what? Who has just
Are we too stupid? Are we too stupid to understand what he's saying? Are you worried we're going to make the wrong decisions? Why are you cutting away? Why are you cutting away? What is wrong with you? I want to hear what he has to say. I want to hear what the man has to say. This is what frustrates me. It's when they talk to you like you're an idiot. We can't trust the public with this information because they might hurt themselves. It's like saying we don't want to give these scissors to this child because he might cut himself. I can't swear, otherwise I'll be demonetized. It's absolute BS. It's crap. What they're doing is being elitist, snobbish people that look down their nose at you because you're too stupid to come to your own conclusions about these medicines, about the vaccine, about a ton of these issues. Now, when it comes to this vacation, as I often call it, or injection into the arm, I don't want it. I have no plans to take it. I don't need it. I'm a young, healthy man, no underlying conditions, not a smoker, not a history of being obese, not a drunkard. I eat relatively well, and I'm young. There's no reason I should be taking this. I am going to be fine. I will be fine. But when the government looks down their nose and says, you're too stupid to process information, you might hurt yourself, we need to put you in a straitjacket. We need to put you into lockdown. You're going to kill grandma if you don't follow what we're saying. It's like, give me a bloody break. You don't know me. You don't know my family. And they're like, oh, we care about you. We care about your kids. Yeah, you do you? What are their names? What are their names? What are the names of my kids? That's what you should ask them. What's the name of my grandma? Do you know? Do you know the name of my grandma? The one that just passed away? The one where we could only have 300 people at the church service? What's her name? You don't give a crap. You don't know her. You don't care about the quality of life that the Australian people are receiving right now. You don't care that a UK study showed that 10 times more deaths are coming out of these lockdowns. You don't care about how many people are committing suicide. You don't care about how many people aren't being diagnosed for cancer because of your decisions. That's why we're here. We're here because you decided to take my job in property. Could I go back? Yeah, absolutely. Will you keep screwing up? Absolutely. Will you be held accountable? No. And that's my problem. That's my job. My job is to expose exactly what you're doing. My job is to replace the media. We could even live in a world where I could cooperate with the media and live in the same world with them and set a higher bar, just like Project Veritas does in America, a higher journalistic bar, which is a word that they don't use anymore here because they've forgotten what it means. We could live in a world where journalists actually do their job. We could live in a world where politicians actually put policies in place for the people. But that's not what we get now, is it? It's not. We get a situation where they put their own policies that affect their own corporate interests. Like in America, what do we see? We see people like Governor Andrew Cuomo rather. We see policies from Joe Biden that are basically puppeting the words of the teachers' unions because they don't want to send their teachers back to work. And who pays because of that? Kids. Kids don't get their education. It sets them back years, they will never get back. They will never get these years back. They might never learn these skills. Yet you are doing this, and there is no one being held accountable. No one. Not one person. And the media is silent. I take my hat off to people like me. I have to go overseas to get this information, just like Craig Kelly. I have to listen to credible people on the left, like Majid Nawaz, a Muslim. You're going to call him, you can't call him racist. You can't call him a COVID racist or a COVID-idiot. He brings out this study about lockdown, suggesting maybe we shouldn't be doing this. And what do you say? Nothing. You say nothing. Why? I've been trying to answer that question for the longest time. Some people call me naive because they know exactly why. They think they know exactly why. And they say it's because it's a big plan and it's been planned from decades ago, and there are no surprises here, and they know what's going to happen next. And maybe they're right. Maybe they are. But if there's a sliver of a chance that you guys are just being idiotic and you don't know what you're doing, or you're relying on the health professionals too much, can you please, for the love of God, just be more transparent? When you're not transparent, the conspiracy theories run wild, and it's a disaster for everyone. It's a disaster. I don't care what anyone says. The storming of the Capitol in America was due to, a large portion of it was due to the media. A large portion of it was due to antagonists in the crowd, and a massive portion of it was due to the QAnon conspiracy theories that I've grown incredibly disgusted by because of how they've been wrong every freaking time. Every time. They thought that Mueller, the guy that was preparing the Russia report, was working for Trump. They've made a slew of predictions which never happened, whether it was Inauguration Day, gathering everyone together, and I've grown sick of it, guys. I've grown sick of it. I don't like seeing this. I do not like seeing people who I think are on the same side, on the side of protecting children from pedophiles, people that are protecting children from vacations, people that are potential voters for the same parties I'd vote for. I'm sick of seeing these good people being led astray by these QAnon people. I hate it. I hate watching it, because what it means is you are investing your time in something that is wasting your time. Do you remember that thing Ricardo and I both agreed on? We agreed that, for example, the slogan, trust the plan. The problem with it is it's lazy. It encourages you to do nothing. It encourages you to rely on a man like Trump, who needs help. He needs help. The guy needs help. He can't do it himself. So when you say trust the plan, it basically means, in Australian terms, have a beer, chuck a snag on the barbie, and watch the game. That is not what we want to be doing. That is not at all what we want to be doing. We're gonna lose that way. That is a losing strategy. Okay? And it's idiotic. It's idiotic to watch. It's idiotic to see good people play into it, because these are people that could be doing phenomenal things. They're not living up to their potential, as Jordan Peterson might say. We've got to fight. We've got to do it now. And the time is running out. Believe me, time is very much running out. And I'm not talking about the vaccine. I'm not talking about that. I believe most people will take it by the year's end in Australia. That's what I believe to be true. I don't think we've done enough to encourage personal responsibility and looking at that. That's my honest opinion. And I've already talked about my feelings towards the vaccine for myself. I don't want to take it. But most people will take this vaccine. I'm worried about the big things that are changing, the structural changes that are happening, whether it be democratically, like in America with the way they vote, their system being eroded. And I'm worried about the things that are going to last, that aren't going to allow us to fight, whether it be the ability to talk with free speech instead of being hit with lawfare, or whether it be big tech. And I'm worried about this, guys. I really am. It's going to be an absolute disaster. So we saw Craig Kelly come out with this announcement. He's a good guy. Craig Kelly, he's a good guy. And you might say, no, he's not. He's voting for the supplies and this and that. Can you tell me another parliamentarian that's actually offering an alternative? Look, he's willing to resign from the Liberal Party. By Ricardo's own words 2 weeks ago, in the last episode we pretty much did together, he said Craig Kelly had an opportunity. He could have resigned. And he could have been a hero. That's heroic. That's what Ricardo said. He could have been heroic if he resigned from the Liberal Party. Well, he's done that. So in Ricardo's books, he's pretty much heroic now. He resigned, and he's running as an independent. There is no certainty for him or his family of their income in the future. There's no certainty. And that's it. Maybe he's probably got a parliamentary pension. But do you think he'd rather keep serving in the parliament? I think so. So the government are now at, I think, 76 out of 151 seats in the House. They don't have they're verging on not having a majority now, and they're going to be in a situation which doesn't look good for them. Now, a number of people like Bob Katter came out with a video expressing his feelings towards this, and it's quite enlightening listening to this because I don't agree with Bob Katter on everything. We align on a ton of things like opposing China. He works with Drew Pavlo a lot on this, and I love that. I love watching that transparency again. That's why he's so popular and honest. But here he's making a point, and I encourage you to watch the full video. Here he's making the point, which is anti-establishment and anti-big party. The big parties need to be held accountable, just like I'm trying to do with the media.
The mainstream parties in Australia have to accept that they no longer issue the edicts, and we all jump when they crack the whip. Those days are over. The day that you could walk into this place, you big boys, and smash the dairy industry of Australia to pieces and close down manufacturing, they're over.
Has expired. I call the member for Sturt.
It's the truth. What do you guys think about that? I honestly think that Bob Katter has a role in this populist movement of the left. He's a very interesting individual. I'd love to have a chat with him. I reckon he'd be a fascinating guy to have a chat with. Maybe Drew Pavlo can help me set that up. But this is what we're seeing. We're seeing a rebellion against the establishment, and it's happening around the world. And the political establishment, they're getting worse. They are getting incredibly worse, whether it be how snotty they are, how snobbish they are, how elitist they act. And it's interesting to watch because a day of reckoning's coming. You can only delay this for so long. You can only delay it for so long. They might have cheated the Donald once, but it's not. I don't think it's going to happen again. I reckon he's going to be back. And I keep telling people this. This is what I keep telling the QAnon people. Drop it, okay? He's not coming back. They keep saying, Joel, he's not coming back 2024. He's coming back in 2021. I'm like, okay, whatever. I get it. You still believe in what's going to happen. You believe that he's doing a psyop not a psyop. He's working on behalf of the military to bring down the government, and he's going to arrest the big cabal, and he's got Jeffrey Epstein still alive, and he's got all this, hidden information on some of the Supreme Court judges and all these people, and Bill Gates is actually dead. And it's like, I'm sorry guys if I don't have any patience for this. You had a good year in 2020, a ton of things came true, but that doesn't mean you've got unlimited patience from me. You're only as good as your track record. Some would say you're only as good as your last prediction, but your track record's shit. To put it frankly, ship. I said ship. YouTube, please don't demonetize the video.